among equations is basically learning equations. So you got there, or what we've like the 3 different levels. To practice this, we put this in a Among Us game.
So Among Us Math, or Among Us Equations, is a take on the original Among Us, a game where there's an imposter and you have to, and crewmates. So the crewmates have to solve a bunch of tasks in order to win, or vote out the imposters. And the imposter's objective is to kill all the crewmates. And so the way we did the tasks was using equations, like you see here. The crewmates need to complete all the equations in order to beat on a task for a task win. And then the imposter needs to kill players like this to win by killing all the players. Now, there's also the emergency meeting where every time someone's dead, they can report a body and then they can vote someone off who they think is the imposter.
A session of Among equations look like this. First, we practice some equations. Here are they. Some easy ones, and then they get harder and harder. And we practice for like around 20 or 30 minutes, something like that, and then we start playing.
Any part of the activity we can reach to Adri, and he will help us with anything that we want. He always is around and he's really helpful because he makes us understand it with different metaphors, and you get to know things better and you don't forget them.
The way I personally go about solving is I pick the hardest set of equations on the table and try to complete them as quickly as possible to ensure that the most difficult problems for the group are solved quickly. Now, after I've completed all the hard problems on the tables, I typically go around checking and making sure everyone else's work is good to ensure that we still have a chance at winning based on tasks.
Adri checks our equations that we've been doing, and if there's something that's wrong, he normally comes to us normally after or when he has the time, and he sees if we were doing it because we were the imposters or because we didn't know how to do it. And if we didn't know how to do it, he normally would show us how to, so we can learn.
I really enjoy the game, first of all, but I also really like the approach that we are kind of learning, how we are learning maths, I guess, because it's really fun and interactive.
It's a very healthy balance, because when you just sit down and are doing math work, it gets very boring and not engaging very fast. And so when you actually have like once a week where you can do something that is more like a game involving math, it keeps you interested in the game. Even if you're struggling with it, everyone can help you to understand how to do it. And if it's above your math level, it's still good to practice basic concepts, so you can just always make sure you have the core understandings.
For the people who are not as good as math, they learn more and they kind of have to, because otherwise they can't do the tasks. And for the people who are better at math, for them it's kind of a mind game. Maybe someone who was the imposter and who's worse at math, they would say, oh yeah, I did it wrong because I'm not good at math. And someone who's better would not have that excuse.
This activity really, it makes you think on the spot, and it makes you think accurately, because obviously you're going to get accused if you get anything wrong, so you really have to think well and you have to think fast.
Sophia was the imposter!
It really improves kind of community growing skills, because it makes everyone really think together and have to come together to just work together and win the game practically.